Alright, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. Today we are in Mexico. We have the Reforma map and we are taking this Doosan excavator from Mexicali to Puerto Peñasco. We got about 7 hours, 42 minutes on the drive. We're not going to see all of it. I will be jumping around here and there so you don't have to watch the whole drive. And obviously we've already picked up, so we don't have to worry about that part. We do have Bormann's Performance Western Star 4900 SF. This is technically in beta, I guess, still. It's or a second round of beta. Pretty much the only thing that you have, you've got a bunch of nodes for it when you build it, but pretty much the only thing that you can do to change it is you can have these steps or have them removed. Like, there just isn't even a second option. It's steps or no steps, and that whole area is just blank. And the other thing is you can put on this extra sleeper instead of just the day cab. Everything else is really kind of in beta. You can't mess with the nodes at all. But we're going to go ahead and give it a drive on the channel. We also have the Murray Lowboy from Pizzster. That's going to take us on our trip today. Let's get in and start headed towards Puerto Peñasco. All right.
Let's roll. We owe it to our children to have you arrive safely.
Morgan is with us as always. So this is an engine. This is actually by Steele Productions. It's a 1999. Let's get the windows down so you can hear it. It's a 400 horsepower Cummins ISM from Steele Productions. The transmission is an 18-speed Eaton-Fuller. Initial drive 14.40 and with a 3.7 differential. We're looking good. Everything's in the green in terms of the gauges. Let's go ahead and get going. I am using the second stick as a splitter, so we'll go ahead and start out. Well, actually, this is 48,510 pounds with this excavator, so we're actually going to start in low-high. Lights are on, parking brake is off, and let's go ahead and get going. See if we can get around the corner here. The Murray Lowboy is pretty cool. It's a different type of lowboy. It's wider, but it is shorter than most lowboys. So you can see it's really not that long. It's just about the width. It really does. Like, if you have, I think it's the mod Icons that lays down the two lines that you park into when you're gonna pick up a load. You basically, instead of being inside the lines, you have to have one of the tires of the trailer on each of the lines. So it's the entire width of that, just to give you an idea, is a little bit wider. I am going to be checking to make sure that I don't lose one of my cameras. I've figured out that for the most part, whenever I use the console and fly around and it has to load in a ton of scenery, that's usually when I lose the camera that's on the left, the camera that would be on my face. So we'll kind of keep that in mind as we go along. We shouldn't have to do too much flying though. I usually only use that when I'm showing the terrain and showing a map or a farm or something like that. And we can get it done today with just using the exterior view. So here we are in the 4900 SF from Bormann's Performance. Not too bad. I wish I had a few more options. I wish that not everything that came out was just in this beta format, where the first thing that you get as an official release is nodes that
400 meters. Turn right.
Nodes that cannot be changed at all. It's a little frustrating. I'm also looking at my frames right now. My graphics card just went up to 96% utilization, and I'm only getting about 30 frames per second right now. The graphics that I'm running, I took out PNG, so I shouldn't have any performance lag. In terms of the graphics and stuff like that, what I do have is I have Weather 8K, which shouldn't be doing a whole lot right now, except just blue skies. I don't have the textures from PNG, so I installed, this is just my shifter base, not wanting to shift into third and seventh. climbing a little bit back up to 42 frames a second. I just did 3 drives with the same setup, and I was getting 60 every time. I'm gonna go and get the window up. So maybe, is it the added recording? That's causing me to now not be able to get anything above like 40 frames per second. I don't know. So anyway, yeah, I took PNG out. I replaced it with the Realistic Roads app. It's the free one on Steam Workshop. I also have Weather 8K, and I have Grimes Summer mod. And again, I just took 3 drives with it, and everything was fine, 60 frames per second the whole time. And now that I'm recording, not so much. So I have a feeling OBS is the culprit, although the fact that you can see anything at all and it's not jittery is mainly because PNG has been removed. I just heard so many awful stories about people saying the one thing that is absolutely killing their setups is PNG, and these are people with much higher graphics cards than I have. Oh, can't. Okay, so, and pretty much the norm for me right now is I cannot use 5th gear when downshifting. It just won't go in. It's not having it. You can go from 4th to 5th, and sometimes it's a challenge, but it will not accept 5th coming from 6th anymore. It just flickers between that and neutral and never goes in. Sometimes even when I do the splitter like I did right there, I lose 5th. So, kind of a bummer on the graphics side, and I can't really shift properly, so kind of makes you want to stop and go do something else. Nonetheless, I don't have anything else set up today, so you guys get a truck drive. And if I sound bitter, it's because I am. I can do test after test after test after test. Everything runs fine until I start recording. Haven't lost the camera though. I'm not really, I don't really care if I'm speeding today. 6 hours left on the drive. Just kind of trying to get through it before my graphics card blows up and explodes. I'm at 98% utilization. I'm at 135 degrees out of a total 171 allowable. So I guess that means it's not overheating, but for a 3070 Ti, I feel like I should be getting much better performance out of this. Oh, you hear that squeal? I like that. We do have some wheels and tire sounds coming from Z-Mods in here, as well as the weather sounds and stuff like that. Look at that. Oh my god, I just slowed down to 15 frames per second. Yeah, I can't do this. I guess I gotta go out on the outside. Oh, we're losing it. We're losing it. I can get up to 33 frames now when I'm on the outside. See, something is wrong. Something is just plain wrong. So this is going to be a shorter video because you'll see what we're doing. I'll keep it going for a little bit so we can see what's going on here in Mexico. But it's very obvious that
in 400 meters, turn left.
Thanks, Morgan. It's very obvious that this game does not want me to record. See, you cannot downshift it. It's there, and then it's out of new. Every time I go to pull the clutch out, it just goes into neutral, which is pretty much the opposite of what I need. Okay, it doesn't like first either. Yeah, I'll make sure that I stop.
Continue straight.
Missed it, sorry. Oh, missed it again. Oh well. We'll just drive around, see what's going on in Mexico here. Alright. Much better frames. I'm up to 54 frames now that I'm on the outside. See if we can get that squeal again. That screech from the tires. And I'm down to 30 when I'm inside the cab. It's just horrible. It's just horrible to have spent so much time trying to
Turn right.
trying to troubleshoot this. It's not like I would expect this if I didn't care and didn't do any research and just said, maybe it'll get fixed, or maybe I'll just play another game and I don't care. I've put so much time and effort into troubleshooting this, and it doesn't matter. All of a sudden back up to, well, I was up to 53 for a second. Now back to 30. I don't know what to do. Like, unless my graphics card is just absolutely shot. It's only a year and a half old. I don't know what to do, but should I just play this vanilla? No mods? It's it's incredibly frustrating. Like, it shouldn't be this. The game should not be this screwed up on this setup. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not rocking like an NVIDIA 1080. Let's get the squeal. Oh, I like it. Well, if we can't see properly, I'm sure as hell gonna drift. Let's go back to 6th. Might as well make this fun, huh? If you guys can even see this. The preview looks okay, and I haven't lost the camera. They don't want me to stop, do they? Because it's not gonna happen. Not today. Oh, we are gonna turn here pretty quick. We'll get the Jake on.
Keep left. And then turn left.
Wow. Can't believe how jittery it is. And we can't use 5th on the downshift, so I gotta wait extra long, apply brake, and slow down using 4th. Get the Jake off. Like, and I understand that you need to sometimes tweak your settings, but I think that SCS really needs to rethink what they're doing with this game. When what happens is year after year after year, you have problem after new problem after new problem. All of the hardware just keeps getting better, and it doesn't matter because the platform is just so archaic. And I mean, from my perspective, and I do sound a little bit bitter right now because I've been troubleshooting this for a good 2.5 weeks now. Like, if you want people to leave your game, this is how you do it. You do not make the necessary improvements that's necessary for people to have a good time. And I don't know about like the average player of this game, but you know, I'm obviously putting a lot of time into the content that I create, and I take a lot of time to check different mods, conflicting mods, start new profiles so I can isolate variables, settings in the 3D settings in the NVIDIA app, within the game, within my recording software. It's not like I'm just expecting this to be out of the box great. Like, this isn't anywhere near great, and I've spent a whole lot of time on it. And like, at a certain point, at least in my eyes, I shouldn't have to do all this. Like, I'm spending probably like 80% of my time trying to fix this and 20% playing the game. For those of you that play games, I mean, which you do, you're probably watching this. Imagine that like 4 out of 5 times you had to work on fixing your game, and only 1 out of 5 you got to actually play it. That's pretty much what I'm dealing with right now. And it's kind of frustrating. And I know I'm not the only one too, because I'm talking to everyone else who's having similar issues. And the only solution right now is to pretty much get rid of any graphics that's like speeding violation.
Keep right and then turn right.
Do not care. Let's see if we can get some skidding going on. I'll put it into... So if I hold it, if I hold the stick forward, it works. Get a little bit of drift there. No squeal though. Anyway, that's my rant. 35 minutes left. I'm going to skip over some of this. 60 frames now. So was the area that I was the area I was driving in just for 3/4 of this drive just too complicated for my video card to render? Nothing has changed. The level or the depth or anything of the scenery. It's unbelievable. Oh, we got a huge lag. Dropped down to 16 frames per second.
Turn right.
And sometimes that happens when you're going into a city. I get that. But even before I started the drive, I was just sitting there getting 30 frames a second.
Meters. Turn left.
With the engine off. Engine wasn't even on. No, it wasn't going anywhere. Wasn't looking out around to anywhere.
Turn left.
All right. Get the windows down here. We're pulling into Lennar with this excavator. Looks like a little bit different format of a yard. And I find that that's a lot of the times the case down in Mexico. Once we get into the main part of the yard, it'll probably be similar, but the approach to the yards off the street are always a little different, which is cool. And we got to go way over there in the corner, which means...
It's been my honor and duty to see you through this mission.
Which means, do we have to back in over there? Yeah, we got to back in. Ooh. It's going to be a rough one. Oh, we stalled. We stalled. Guess I was rolling back a little bit and didn't really predict that. Alright, so what's the best approach for this? I'll show you what I usually do. We can do this from the outside. What I'm going to do, and I know there's a little bit of a drop-off there, but what I usually do is I pop around here and I head back toward the entrance. That was funny. That was funny. Oh, man. I just suck at driving third person. I'm just horrible at it. Could create some problems at the wrong angle. Make it so you have some of your tires lifting up off the ground and you can't get traction. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to start back here. I'm going to give it a slight bit of angle. And we're going to take this thing all the way around in between where that, it's that like Bobcat and the bricks, and loop all the way around to the right. Alright. Hit the horn so they know we're coming back. It was a pretty good haul today. Way overcompensated. Again, this is it's about 48,000 pounds on this load. Oh, I just really suck at doing it in third person. I'm really bad. Much better in the cab. But I did everything. Let me see here. All right, I'm getting back inside. I cannot drive inside this cab. I can't tell like how fast the trailer's moving. That's the problem. Just gonna miss it. Hopefully that doesn't have another zone around it. Make it so the truck doesn't hit. We're gonna clip this Jeep. Alright. This is one of those situations where I'm not getting the traction, so the tires are just spinning. So my tires are like angled and just spinning in one direction. Probably gonna hit something over there. Okay, so I can tell what's happening with the force feedback is I have the wheels turned and it's just sliding backwards. See, that tire isn't even touching the ground. This is going to be one of those, close enough days. Give it to me. good, taking it. Brakes, lights off, engine off. Call it a day. All right, here we are in Puerto Peñasco with this Doosan excavator that we hauled from Mexicali. Graphics were a little shady in the beginning. The last 25%, they actually gave me what I was supposed to get. And I have no reason for that other than, what's my conclusion? If you drive in Mexicali, you better have a 4000 graphics card, is all I can say. 3070 Ti, not good enough. Not in Mexicali. That's the only thing I could pick. Same truck, same trailer. Did another drive with Reforma, and there's no reason whatsoever that I should have been getting that graphic hit. But that is what I expect with ATS these days, and I have a feeling that in the near future I'm going to be shifting more toward another game, and I will always come back and play ATS, at least for a while. I mean, I'm still building the dash and stuff. I'm not going to throw in the towel, but I think it needs to occupy a lot less of my time than it is currently doing. And I don't mean cut down on my recordings. I mean, sometimes my recordings are just going to suck, or it's going to be vanilla, or it's going to be lower quality, because I don't have the 12 hours behind the scenes that you guys don't see to deal with it anymore. If I had a better outcome, then I would say, hey, you know, I guess that just comes with the territory. But to put in that many hours and get virtually no improvement, I mean, there's so many more games out there. There's so many more games out there, and life's too short. So I think we're going to be seeing some changes in the near future. Anyway, thanks for coming along with the drive and listening to my rant. If you guys enjoyed it, go ahead and give me the thumbs up. Consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell. That way you can catch all my videos. And I will see you guys on the next one. Might be an ATS, might not be. We'll see. Take care.